can I manage my costs, stay compliant, and protect my business in this challenging economy? Welcome to the channel. Australian business owners today face a tough challenge: managing costs, following rules, and keeping their business safe. This video will give you the blueprint that you need to handle these challenges and set your business up for success. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Hi, my name is Karen Prescott, and I've spent over 30 years managing and growing businesses in different industries, all through good times and bad times. I've seen firsthand what it takes for a business not just to survive, but to truly succeed. Everything I'm sharing with you today comes from direct experience. Today we're going to discuss 3 pillars for protecting your business. Our first pillar is all about managing costs and cash flow. Cash flow is the lifeblood of any business. Without it, even the best ideas struggle. So let's talk about some strategies here. My first tip for mastering your costs is audit your expenses. Don't just glance at your accounts. Take a good hard look at your profit and loss statements for the last 6 to 12 months. Go through everything and put it into a category. This helps you see where your money is actually going. This is a very simple but powerful way to find recurring costs you might even forgotten about, like old subscriptions, and it's the first step to finding big savings. Secondly, don't be afraid to negotiate and shop around. Your relationships with suppliers are important, but they're not set in stone. You can always ask for better terms or even a discount, especially if you've been a loyal customer for a long time. It's also a good idea to check in on your other services like power, insurance, and your banking costs. Just a quick comparison can lead to some really good savings for your business. My third tip here is use technology to be more efficient. Stop using spreadsheets where you can. Cloud accounting software like Xero or MyOb helps you with invoicing, payroll, and tracking expenses. And this saves you loads of time. Look for ways to automate boring, repetitive tasks so you and your team can focus on what really matters. My next tip is to manage your payroll smartly. Payroll is often your business's biggest cost, so make sure your team is working as productively as possible. It isn't about cutting wages. It's about making your team as focused on the important things, the high-value tasks. You can also look at hiring someone on a contract basis for doing non-essential tasks, which might be more cost-effective for you. And finally, to help your cash flow, get paid faster. When you invoice somebody and they pay late, it's a major problem for your cash flow. Make sure that you send the invoice straight away and have a clear process for following up overdue accounts. A key here is to look for e-invoicing in your cloud-based software. The Australian government is pushing e-invoicing because it sends invoices directly between your cloud-based accounting software and your customers. This cuts down on errors and helps you get paid sooner. So now you've got the strategies. Here are the best Australian resources to help you with your cash flow. business.gov.au. This is your hub for business information in Australia. It has free tools, templates, and advice on managing money. The ATO Cash Flow Kit. The Australian Tax Office provides this kit with simple tools to help you plan and review your finances. ASIC's Money Smart website. This is a great free site with financial advice that's also useful for small business owners. And don't forget your state-based small business commissions. Your local state or territory government often gives free advice, workshops, and mentoring, so look out for them. So by regularly auditing, negotiating, using technology, managing payroll smartly, and getting paid faster, you'll see a real improvement in your business's financial health, just by doing the simple things. If you need help, I've put together a full guide with checklists for you. You can download your free copy of the Business Blueprint from the link in the description below this video. It's a key tool to help you succeed. Let's move on to our second pillar, following the rules. This can feel like a lot to handle, but getting it right protects you from big fines, legal problems, and a bad reputation. So my first and most important tip here is to stay informed. Sign up for email updates from key government bodies. This includes ATO, the Fair Work Ombudsman, and Safe Work Australia. These updates will tell you about new laws coming out, tax changes, and things like superannuation increases. Your state's Small Business Commission is also a great resource. My next tip for compliance is to automate what you can. Things like payroll and super can be complicated, so use payroll software that automatically calculates your tax and your super. This saves time and greatly reduces the chances of errors. My third compliance tip is to know your legal obligations. For example, if you have employees, make sure that you know what your obligations are under the Fair Work Act. This includes minimum wages, leave entitlements, and how to handle a dismissal. Knowing these rules up front, or knowing where to find them, will save you a lot of trouble down the track. My last tip for compliance is to make sure you get professional advice. As business owners and entrepreneurs, we generally use all hats, but don't try to be the expert in everything. An accountant or a business advisor can save you more money in the long run than what they actually cost. They can also warn you about upcoming changes in laws before it actually happens. So for compliance, here's some really great Australian resources you can tap into. The Fair Work Ombudsman. This is your main resource for anything employee related. They have free tools, templates and courses, so take advantage of that. The ACCC, the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, that's a mouthful, has a small business toolkit that helps you understand your rights when dealing with customers and suppliers. It's very helpful. And ablis.gov.au, this service is great at helping you find all the right licenses and permits that you need to run an Australian business. It's a great tool. So by staying informed, automating what you can, knowing your obligations, and getting professional advice, you'll be well on your way to staying compliant in your Australian business. Don't forget, if you need help, download your free business blueprint from the link in the description below. It's your personal guide for putting all of these strategies into action. Now, our third and our most important pillar is protecting your business. In our digital world, business protection is more than just locking the front door. We're talking about cybersecurity, data protection, and having a plan for an emergency. My most important recommendation here is to make cybersecurity a priority for you. This is non-negotiable. So let's start with the basics. Make sure you use a password manager and turn on multi-factor authentication for all your important accounts like banking and email. Regular backup all your important data and make sure one copy is stored offline. This is your best defense against ransomware attacks. Update your software. Turn on automatic updates for all devices because these updates often fix security issues. My second tip for keeping your business safe is creating a security policy and training your team. Your team can be your biggest asset, but it can also be your biggest risk. Make sure you create a simple security policy. Train them to spot fake emails and to report any suspicious activity. The next tip is to make sure that you protect your customer data. If you collect personal information from your customers, you have a legal duty to protect it. Make sure your website is secure and that you store all your customer information safely. And make sure you have a clear and up-to-date privacy policy on your website. And finally, have an emergency plan. What would you do if your systems were taken down by a major cyber attack? Or if there was a natural disaster? Planning for these things ahead of time will help you respond calmly and get back to business faster. To keep your business safe, here are some great Australian resources that you can use as your best friend. There's the Australian Cyber Security Centre. They are the main authority on cybersecurity in Australia. Their Small Business Cyber Security Guide and free resources are a must-see, so go and take a look. ID Care. This is a free service that helps businesses who have been a victim of cyber attack and helps you build your defences. Report Cyber. This is the official place to report cybercrime in Australia. So as you see, cybersecurity isn't optional anymore. It's essential for your business. Make it a priority, train your team, protect your data, and always plan for the worst. So there you have it. your blueprint for surviving in a tough Australian economy. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about taking control of your money, following the rules, and building strong protection around your business. Remember, you're not on this journey alone. Make sure you use the great Australian resources we've talked about today. Don't let any challenges defeat you. Let them push you to build a stronger, more resilient business. And one last reminder, don't forget to download your free business blueprint from the link below in the description. It's your personal guide to putting these strategies into place. Considering an OBM for your business? If you want to improve your business operations and maybe hand off some of the tasks to a professional, you should learn about an online business manager or an OBM. To find out what an OBM does and how they can help your business, watch our video called What is an OBM and What Do They Do? I'll put the link in the description below as well for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.